everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So I just caught this video. I think the Royal Grift is literally the only one covering this story. That Harry just made another visit to the Ukraine to support the cause of money laundering and child trafficking out of the Ukraine, since it's well known, and as is pointed out in this video again, that the globalists, BlackRock, Vanguard, all the globalists are supporting this war from both sides, paying billions of dollars to Russia, the EU paying billions of dollars to Russia for oil, and then millions of taxpayer dollars to the Ukraine to keep the fight going. And there's no coverage of actual fighting because it's all money laundering and child trafficking and bioweapons labs, allegedly. So this is what's going on, and Harry's over there being the poster boy again. But I find interesting that there's no mainstream media articles about this. When you search about this trip, like I just did, here I searched for Prince Harry and his Ukraine trip, and it only mentions, even AI only mentions the September 12th, 2025 trip. And you scroll down, you see it, Prince Harry visits Ukraine, but if you look at the dates, they're all from September. It's BBC, The Guardian, Harry's September visits, etc., etc. So no one is covering this trip he just made. The only place you'd find it is if you go to Twitter X. Don't you find that interesting that this is only being put out? Apparently it came from Instagram. It said his message for the Ukraine reposted from Superhuman's Instagram account. So why is his PR not talking about this? And immediately after this, like literally a day later, because this was posted February 24th, yesterday, now Harry and Meghan are starting a new PR to overshadow this. They want people to just quickly forget about this because now Harry and Meghan are in Jordan. So you see the PR tricks going on here, in my opinion. Harry is again supporting the Ukraine, which he knows is against Trump, right? Because this is what Trump wants to end the Ukraine war. They want to keep it going and make money. Obviously, Harry and Meghan are benefiting from this. Them and their friends, their evil, satanic cabal, and the royal family as well, working all together on this. And the way they're slipping this out PR-wise, there's no People magazine coverage of this one like they did last September, but now they're posting this all over Instagram to get the message out. So you see that the tricks they're playing here and how they're doing things. And it's absolutely satanic and disgusting how he uses and abuses people who have had their arms and legs blown off, and promoting his Invictus scam, using these people, just using them as a platform, just like him and Meghan used grieving parents who've had a child that died, using them to push for digital ID. I mean, and then how Meghan flies to Uvalde to try to use them, those victims who just lost their child. Meghan was trying to use them to push for repeal gun laws to take away our Second Amendment. So, I mean, these two demons are so evil and heartless and disgusting. They love the pain and suffering of the people while they steal your tax dollars through U.S. aid and through the Ukraine, and benefit from it by the billions.
Is so important is some of the things that took place under the Obama's third term, when he was pulling the puppet strings along with the other communists among us. The Key Bridge is important. It's key to what took place. They knew that there was a facility down in Dominican Republic. They watched the cyber attack come up our East Coast, through Puerto Rico, up our East Coast, and they attacked at the Key Bridge. They attacked the boats. They took them down cyber-wise. They knew that they would then run into the stanchions and take down a very important bridge in this country. And if you think they're only going to do it once, that's not correct. Now, understand something. This was a group of Marines. They had already told the Biden administration this is their job, about what was down there and the cyber abilities that were going to attack us. They did nothing. They came and had the attack, took out the Key Bridge. We have enemies among us who are helping with the destruction of the country. And if it doesn't bother the American people that the likes of George Soros is getting your tax dollars as they're being laundered through USAID or through Ukraine toward the destruction of this country, you are paying, you, the American person, the taxpayer, the citizen, are paying for our own destruction, and you are being given the bill.
So I found it interesting. This is from Vax Choice, VAXX Choice on Rumble, about PSYOP America, and just how all of this, trafficking and money laundering going through Ukraine that Harry and Meghan are a part of. And it's not just that, it's to destroy this country. Harry and Meghan are active in destroying the United States. We know that Hillary Clinton visited Harry and Meghan in Frogmore. So they're working with Clinton and Obama. And we know that they were with the Bidens and that Harry and Meghan donated, quote unquote, $250,000 to Ashley Biden's nonprofit. And she's being investigated by the IRS now. And they're saying that there's more. There's some reports, a broader discrepancy suggesting that Ashley Biden took in nearly $500,000. So all the connections are there. Harry, Meghan, Biden, all the enemies of America trying to destroy this country. And of course, we can't forget that one of the ways that Biden tried to destroy this country is destroying it is through letting in massive numbers of illegal immigrants. And now this person on Twitter, Brianna Morello, said, ever wondered how the TSA was allowing illegal aliens to board commercial flights without IDs under the Biden regime? She said, well, I sued the TSA to find out and learned that Biden's DHS, the same DHS that's protecting Harry and keeping the public from seeing his visa paperwork, which they're supposed to, it's supposed to be public information. So the same DHS allowed convicted sex offenders on flights by showing their sex offender paperwork. Predators were allowed into the country if they promised, pinky swear, to take sexual deviancy counseling and register as a sex offender. Yeah, and I'm sure they all did that. After suing the TSA, she won, and now they're covering her legal fees. Yeah, so apparently we got to sue them if you want to see Harry's visa. So a lot of child trafficking, sex trafficking out of the Ukraine, brought into the U.S. I wonder what Harry would know about sex trafficking. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. And speaking of which, Duchess of Narcissus was pointing this aspect out, especially the Nazi aspect of it as well with the Ukraine, but a bunch of Nazis and Harry wearing a Nazi uniform, more connections showing what these people are, how evil, satanic, but Nazis. But not just that. I just noticed today I was looking up Duchess of Narcissus on Instagram. She had a private account there, and now that looks like that's been taken down. I don't know if she took it down or if it was taken down by Instagram through complaints, false complaints. But now she's taken down again. So can't find her anywhere. But this was an aspect she was covering, particularly the Nazi aspect and the child trafficking that it appears Harry and Meghan are a part of with the Biden regime and with the Ukraine, among other things. But I still can't get over this obvious PR tactic of releasing this, video, this obvious propaganda video pushing for money laundering in the Ukraine, the bioweapon labs and child trafficking, while Harry's prancing around on graves and people who've lost arms and legs. That this is only on Twitter X. This is not being heavily publicized. And everything Harry and Meghan do, they put in People magazine and Cosmo and Vogue and everything else, but not this. Harry did not want this in the mainstream media. But now you're going to see their little trip to Jordan is going to be all over the place, and everyone's going to be talking about Meghan's wearing and how bad she looks, and et cetera, et cetera. So they're obviously using that. This is the day before that Jordan trip, so they're obviously trying to overshadow this. They don't want people to remember in a few weeks or a few months that Harry took a second trip after the September 2025 one. It's not an official globalist mainstream media record, right? So, yeah, just be aware that they're doing these tactics, and they don't want this being highlighted in the mainstream media. They don't want people to be able to look back and find this, because they won't. If you, months or years from now, you go searching for Prince Harry trip to the Ukraine, you're only going to get the September 2025 one, not this one. So what was Harry doing in the Ukraine? Let's find out. Wow, and I just came up with this latest one from Meghan's Mole. She's on it. She said, in September 2025, Prince Harry's Archwell Foundation announced it would send $500,000 to projects including the World Health Organization to help develop prosthetic limbs and provide other support for children from Gaza and Ukraine. Then they shut down Archwell Foundation and quickly changed the name to Archwell Philanthropies. But there hasn't been any proof of their pledge or of funds being distributed. Frauds. And another thing I find interesting in this control of censorship going on undercover, very secretive censorship, is that when you do a search on Twitter X for Prince Harry Nazi, nothing comes up as far as media pictures. Like as if Harry never posed for a picture with a Nazi uniform. So there's no media pictures at all. Nothing of those pictures of him in a Nazi uniform. We do get this that, TRG pointed out in her video as well, with all the Nazi regalia from the Ukraine, because the Ukraine's a bunch of Nazis there. It's well known. Yeah, interesting. There it is. But it didn't come up in media for some reason. I guess you have to search through the tweets. I just thought that was interesting. This should come up under media, but it's not for some reason. And here's an interesting tweet that echoes my sentiments from Cameron de Carbone. Prince Harry, son of a bastard, met with his lost kindred spirit from Ukraine. Harry is right at home with his Nazi brethren. What have you done for humanity, Harry? You cytocidal virus. So I had to look that one up. Cytocidal, killing or attending to kill individual cells. A murderer. Harry's like a virus. He goes around and spreads death and destruction. We have an epidemic of Harry and Meghan. It's a public health emergency to get rid of this virus. Everywhere it goes, it replicates and destroys, kills, maims, rapes. So what is Harry doing in the Ukraine with the second trip on February 24th, 2026? What is Harry? I'm going to start with the Truth Oracle here. What's the truth? What's Harry really doing in the Ukraine? What is Harry really doing there that he's not publicizing all over People magazine? Woo, these cards are, oh, look what just flipped over. Oh, look at that. The crown. He was there for the crown. Owner, master, and top level. He's there. He's like the owner of this catastrophe. Him and Biden, Obama, Hillary Clinton. Yeah. So I get the crown. Doing this for the crown, but also because Harry's in charge. I think Harry's in charge. That's why Harry was at NATO. Remember that big picture of him at NATO? Because NATO's doing all this with them, allegedly. All allegedlys. Photograph. He went there to get his photograph taken. Propaganda. Put a little PR there, but in a subtle way, not too overly publicized like everything else him and Meghan do. Mystery. Unknown. So it's unknown why he was really there. Nobody's reporting on it. Nobody really knows. It's very confusing. Lost loved one, memories, elder, nightfall. He was there at the, obviously prancing all over the dead in the memorials there. Clown. He was putting on a performance like the evil clown that he is. And I apologize for the camera. I don't know why it's acting up. Performance, camouflage, laugh at, and revenge. He's there laughing at us, the taxpayers who are funding it. It's a big clown show. Oh, now I got intuition, sixth sense, subconscious. Subconscious is probably more appropriate here because, like I said, you know, one of the ways that they manipulate us is consciously and unconsciously with these psyops. So they wanted to put up enough of a PR blitz on this on Twitter so that people heard about it and know about it and see it, but they're not. Then they're trying to immediately drown it out with Harry, Meghan, and Jordan. So it is to seep into everybody's minds, but not addressing it overtly with the mainstream media. Like, they want it there. They want you to know. They're laughing at us. And they're putting Harry the clown show. He's representative. Harry represents BlackRock, Vanguard, the globalists, Larry Fink, World Economic Forum, the royal family. It's all a big clown show. And Harry's the clown performing and laughing in our faces and not explaining why he's really there. He was there obviously doing something besides, you know, pushing his propaganda with his exploiting people missing limbs for his Invictus grift. Yeah. To get more taxpayer money. I mean, Canada paid millions of dollars. How much did Trudeau give Harry for Invictus up there? Like 20 million or something, 20, 30 million taxpayer dollars. And they're going to be doing it again. Always stealing our tax dollars. That's all Harry and Meghan do. So let's look into this. Why did Harry visit the Ukraine again on February 24th, 2026? Why was he really there? What was his intentions being there with his little clown show? Is he collecting money? Is he saying, pay up? It's time to give me my paycheck. Give me that American tax dollars that you have funneling through here, Zelensky. Was he there just to prance around and laugh at the dead and trying to promote this with PR? Make it seem real when it's not. Let's see. What was Harry doing there? Gotta keep a close eye on Harry. Ace of Cups, doing something new, getting people emotional about it, trying to get them supportive of it. Because they want to fool you when they're thinking, this is such a great thing to support. Yeah, we support Ukraine. Yeah, put it. Remember, Biden was doing that right after the COVID. They were attacking the COVID anti-vaxxers, and then boom, like a switch, it went to support Ukraine, like a bunch of sheep. It's unbelievable. They have everybody so controlled, so mind controlled. It's unbelievable. People putting little Ukraine flags on their social media. It's so disgusting and so brainwashed. They're still brainwashed to this day. So let's see here. They don't open their eyes and see what's really going on here. Who's doing what? You got Harry and Meghan involved, you know it's criminal. That's all you need to see. There's your red flag right there. Is Harry and Meghan are involved. That's all you need to know. Good rule of thumb. So let's see. What was he doing there? Why'd he go now? Right before. And I think it was purposeful right before this Jordan trip in order to cover it up immediately. They wanted to slip into your mind, but then boom, go to Jordan. All right. I'm not even looking at Jordan yet. I'm focusing on this. So keep your mind back on this. Don't forget what they did here. This is more important in the scheme of things. What is he hoping for with this Ukraine trip? What's the end result of his visit there? Let's find out. Why was Harry in the Ukraine again? Let's see what the cards show. Empress reversed. Destruction. Being the money hoe that he is. Trying to Seven of Wands. Again, continuing trying to defend this destruction and this grape, this siphoning of all the funds and taxpayer dollars. Yeah, just siphoning off, draining all the money out of there, all the life and the children. The basis of his trip there. Oh, look at that. Rebuilding, destroying and rebuilding, refinancing him and his gang of globalist buddies. Not the Ukraine, of course. They're gonna let the Ukraine. They rebuild the Ukraine. It'll be the New World Order, everything digital. So that is also part of it, destroying it to bring it back to a New World Order, which they want to bring everywhere. Digital ID, CBDCs, everybody under control, censorship, automatic with AI. So what triggered him to go to this trip? Two of Pentacles. So again, I get the idea here, money with coins and other resources, as well as doing a clown show in two places. First this one, then Jordan. Boom, boom. Two clown show trips in short order. And to keep people off balance, so what's going on, and to put a little show on and get some money. He's obviously getting some money. And other benefits, I assume. And then what was he expecting from this trip? Ten of Wands. He's trying to look like he's working really hard. A hardworking Harry that doesn't have a job and does nothing, but smokes ayahuasca and does propaganda films all day with Meghan. Yeah, so this is supposed to make him look like, oh, he's working so hard. But you notice he is working, but for the royal family. And in this card, you have a man carrying the sticks to the castle up there. So he's doing more work for the royal family. He's got the royal emblem there on his back, the Nazi emblem. You can see there's a Nazi or a royal one. I mean, it's not really that, but just symbolic of it. Just seeing this big symbol on his back. That could be the Nazi battalions that he proudly displays in his home, allegedly. Although I think that video is AI. Oh, whatever. They were sending the message saying they support the Nazis. The bottom of the deck, Eight of Swords. Yeah. He's trying to escape prison. He knows he belongs in prison. Yeah, so he's out prancing about and shoving it in Trump's face as well. What he's doing, like, nah, I'm still with BlackRock, Vanguard, World Economic Forum, and I'm going to prance around the death and destruction we're causing just so we can line our pockets and get children. So what does he not want, afraid of, or not want? Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, he doesn't want people looking into his work too closely or his financial transactions of him and Megalodon, because there's so much criminal money laundering just through Archwell. I mean, just like it said there, they allegedly, remember, they allegedly were going to donate all this money. And they've done this multiple times, saying, oh, we're going to donate to this, we're going to donate to that, and then they donate nothing. But the money disappears somehow. Yeah, a lot of dirty tricks. They don't want anyone looking into it, and they don't want anyone working on it, like a TRG over here analyzing it. They don't want that. You notice there is a skull. They just want death and destruction and to get all of your money and resources and kill as many humans as possible. What is he hoping for? Lovers. That's him. He's at him and Meghan with the globalists, pushing the lie of this perfect couple. But I see this more as Harry with his Nazi pals and his globalist BlackRock Vanguard just working as one. NATO, Harry and NATO working as one to destroy this world and to try to make it look like, oh, it's such a wonderful thing. It's just Harry and Meghan, just traveling around being all lovers and everything's all wonderful. Meanwhile, they're destroying and killing us and destroying our country. So how does Harry see the Ukraine, really? How does he see them? Oh, look at that Knight of Wands reversed. Yeah, he sees them as just soldiers that need to be, he exploits them. This is exploiting in the media and ruining, just jumping on top of their graves and abusing them and us, of course, because our tax dollars are the ones supporting this and supporting him and Meghan and all the rest of their Obama, Clinton, Soros gang. So it's all an abusive PR show and one of acting like a big war hero, because Harry always wants to seem like he's some big war hero as a soldier, right? So he's always abusing the soldiers, using and exploiting them, like he exploits the parents whose children have died. And he loves doing that. Harry loves pretending like he's a soldier, and then he's so supportive, but in reality he's using and abusing them and exploiting them for his own benefit and destroying their country. So what's going to happen after this? What flows after his visit there? And I get, oh, there we go. There's the secretive money coming through, the 10 of coins. I'd say this is a globalist card with the royal family, and he's secretively getting well paid for this. And I'm going to get more and more with his work with the Ukraine. And in the long term, oh, look at that, the devil. This is the devil card in this deck. It's called the shadow side. But this is the truth of what's going on. This is what's really going on in the Ukraine that Harry is benefiting from, as well as BlackRock, Vanguard, and all the other globalists. It's just pure evil. It's Satanism. It's satanic. And that's what Harry is about. He's over there doing his satanic rituals. He's over there pushing his evil out. So this is very much part of that as well, because they are all Satanists as well. So there you have it. It's very destructive. Very much about pushing out their oppression and just glorifying and enjoying and financially benefiting from the publicity of destroying people and their soldiers and their homes, and benefiting tremendously from that, and then using it as a platform to boost his supposed work with Ukraine, his Invictus garbage. But in reality, he's just destroying all of our countries, his country, our country, all the Western countries. He's just stealing all these tax dollars and laughing all the way to the bank with his evil minions here. Yeah, such a disgusting, evil, satanic POS. So there you have it. That is why Harry went to the Ukraine. Death and destruction and evil, and stealing our tax dollars. So I hope you found this interesting. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.